Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
哇，好大，我好喜欢。我之后好像是可以布置这里的，给它装修，搞得非常豪华。找到我的公共休息室。哪儿啊？它指的不就是这儿吗？啊，我看到了，有这个黄色的点点，路径指引，在左下角那个小地图上。起床喝杯咖啡，提神醒脑，这个是地球仪，这个呢？哦，早餐吃个苹果，减肥呀！一天一个苹果，医生远离我。哦，这个地方真的好大。Hello， 早上好呀！我是小透明，没有人理我。你们敢不敢理我一下？算了，走了。哎，有人在讨论我了。他们说我第一天来就被骂了。
Have a sip. Go on. Sure you don't want to try it? Brewed it myself. Hello. You're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
选哪个？那你不是可以无所顾忌了？选这个。
You must be able to get away with anything.
The opposite, actually. Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first year. Keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well, and she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
很高兴认识你，这个就是退出了，下面2个是疑问。你杯子里面装了些啥？
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there, based on some reactions that may need a bit more work.
这是个炼药的。你也对魔药学很感兴趣吗？
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see it, there's little difference fundamentally between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my, creativity as much as you might think.
对，不管是魔药还是食品类的，都得好喝，能入口，所以2者没什么区别。很高兴认识你。
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth, and thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
还得向另外2个人进行自我介绍。顶上还一个。
I'm sure
That
you'd
girl
use
thinks she
them.
can get away with anything.
Wait, that's not right. I really thought I had it.
他在干嘛？帽子里一会儿不会突然冒出个兔子来吧？
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
我确实从他那里学了点东西啊，简单的小魔
I'm
法
not。sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just there?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
这姑娘在练习无声咒啊，奎西达。我要鼓励她，相信你一定可以成功的。
Don't worry, you'll get it in the end.
Oh, I hope so. If I can get it, Professor Ronan's sure to be very impressed. I'm just going to keep at it.
释放无声咒是不是很难？
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
别的同学都会释放无声咒吗？
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non-verbal casting until the 6th year, and even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to get ahead of the game.
那就祝你好运吧。
Well, good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
还有最后一个，耐力。他站这么高，我怎么跟他自我介绍啊？哎，我看到一个宝箱，学院宝箱，但是它不能互动啊，目前红色的。
Who does Nellie think she is anyway?
Down with wings. A professor could arrive. I'm sure you used them.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nellie, by the way. Nellie Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
选哪个啊？我选第二个吧，那个时候吓死我了。
It's true, and I was almost killed. Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
How awful for you. And of course, that poor man from the ministry. But still, you got to see a dragon. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
多了这个茶余饭后的闲聊话题。
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat, not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
行，看来关于银行还有那个古代魔法的事儿啊，并没有被透露出去。
I take it you're not afraid of heights?
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything lurking in and outside the grounds, you don't need to scale a tower to see something incredible here.
它这是提示我们高处可能会有一些收藏品之类的，可以去看看。你碰到过龙吗？
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon. Have you?
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
很高兴认识你。
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around, either in our common room or when you scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
New Gryffindor.
又上去
Professor
了，
Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
找这个韦斯莱教授，走吧。
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
巫师实战指南。
This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
咱能不能走快点儿？
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up! Ah, the guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio. Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
实战指南书页。巴鲁费奥的肖像，此人以发明醒脑剂而出名，除此以外，也是错误念诵咒文的惨烈教训之一。就因为把 F 念成了 S， 他就被一头沉重的水牛给压倒在了地上，所以说压死了没有。我刚刚解锁了实战指南挑战，完成挑战的进度将会显示在此处。好的，这是我的巫师等级，从挑战中获得的经验值可以提高你的等级与战力。你收集到的第一份指南书页已为你解锁了一份全新的挑战类别。于霍格沃茨收集2份实战指南书页，会奖励一个装备外观霍格沃茨王室的眼镜。哪里还有实战指南书页啊？咱们得多多留意一下周围。怎么这个语音突然就断了？说着说着突然没声了。哇，小猫咪！喵！这里是一把锁，
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
打不开。哦，箱子。所以说我搜到了什么东西吗？好像是54个金币。这里不让我跑啊，只能慢慢的走。
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
这是飞鹿之焰啊，快速穿梭点，你可以随时打开地图，快速前往任何已发现的飞鹿之焰 M 键式地图。飞鹿之焰地点，霍格沃茨分为2个主要区域，地图左侧是学生和教授住的地方，包括各学院公共休息室跟礼堂。选择南区， 这是南区是吗？这个啊，在此视图中，你可以看到该区域可用的飞鹿之焰。绿色的飞鹿之焰代表是我已经发现的，灰色是未发现的。右侧找到各个学术兴趣点，包括天文塔、图书室跟温室。哎，我能种地吗？有温室。图书馆附属。韦斯莱教授已经为我解锁了主厅飞鹿之焰啊，这个位置 AD 旋转地图，空格快速传送啊。
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I dropped one of the crystal balls.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
能多告诉我这些关于魔咒课的信息吗？
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
黑魔法防御术这门课具体会教什么内容？
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
霍格莫德。
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
我还得去买从路上遗失的学习文具啊！谢谢教授。
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
我选第二个，您想多了，因为约定好的不对外说嘛。
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
所以说只有我一个人有额外作业是吗？就因为我是5年级入学的，所以要做作业，别人都没有。
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
我不太喜欢骗韦斯莱教授的感觉。
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
你可以在地图中追踪可用的任务。主线任务，黄色的，某些任务将会被特定咒语以及等级锁定。如果碰到这个情况，我需要先达到等级，学习所需魔咒。追踪任务，咱们先上魔咒课吧。
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
不知道是不是我个人的错觉哈，我感觉飞哥教授他长得有点像银行里面的小妖精，释放魔法罗盘微剑，将指引我前往正在追踪的一切目标。试一下。啊，这个是引路的，但是我想从这里逛一逛。嘿，姐妹们，理理我，理理我，理理我，哎。行啊，能撞到，能撞到我也满意了。这个是李诺拉。
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
你有什么线索吗？
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
还有类似这样的画框不啊？
Are there other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
他说跟那个仙女棒是有关系的。
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
所以说您是几年级学生啊？
Do come and
这
find
玩
me
意
if
儿
you stumble
都
on
解不
something
开吗？我们试一试啊。
illuminating that solves the mystery.
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
有一个雕像，还有一个楼梯。这是让我们去哪？楼梯在这儿。雕像的话，这底下倒是没看到有雕像。
Revelio.
这里还有一个锁，用圆形立线能看到一些可以互动的啊。这还挺不错的，很方便。所以这儿到底是哪呀？楼梯，我看一看这边，这还有一个飞的书页。
This looks
能互
like the
动吗？
location from the painting.
不行。
What could
哟，
be
这
so
还有小
special
蝴蝶
about。it?
小蝴蝶是干嘛的？哎，是这个地方，这个地方，这个地方找到了。格里的雕像，马屁精，这尊挂着谄媚奸笑的雕像，描绘的是中世纪巫师马屁精格雷格里。此人以发明格雷格里奉承剂而闻名于世，只要让对方喝下这种魔药，饮用者便会将提供魔药之人视作这辈子最好的朋友。这个药挺好的呀，不错，我喜欢。这小蝴蝶怎么互动啊？
Revelio. Lumos.
我试一试荧光棒，哎，
Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
哦，这样子，把它带回画框 ，Soga。回去。
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
我又拿到了一个这个实战收集页，
Revelio.
我都不想做主线了。我们逛一逛，好吧？滚动，这又是一个谜题。这啥？这看起来好难啊！21、11、17。哎，这个树叶你别跑，这个是个树叶，
Revelio.
能互动到不？嘿，嘿，好像不能互动，按 F。这里还有
travel broadens the mind.
传送点 ，OK。我们再来看一下这个解谜啊，我们小看一下。我感觉我现在可能解不开，算了，走吧，走吧，走吧。V 键是寻路啊，我们可以多按一下 R 键啊，看一看这路上什么是可以互动的。这里又是一个火焰，这个火焰咋点来着？
Lumos. Revelio.
它这个火焰还没有燃起来。哎，不管了，不管了，走走走走走，它已经变绿了，那应该是这边已经激活了吧？
Revelio.
我们要往上走吗？不对，不对，不对，不对，走错了。哎，皮皮鬼哪有皮皮鬼？啊，往这个地方。
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
怎么做到的？顺着线索找到的呀。
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
飞蛾扑了个框，挑战已解锁，完成支线关系任务。是不是我可以领什么东西啊？传奇手套，完成主要任务，支线要完成3个啊。这个要收集8个，哎，已完成，2份的已完成，拿了一个皇室眼镜。我们看这个装备啊，面部穿戴。不戴眼镜，不戴眼镜，我拒绝。首饰呢？黑色皮手套，还有头饰，深色平顶帽，哎，不好看，不戴。领饰，围巾不搭，不戴。长袍。这就是我身上这一身吧？哦，不是，他是把它脱掉了。当然是要穿斗篷的，我是魔法师哎。把背心脱了，什么意思？只穿睡衣出来上课是吗？背心一脱，斗篷一脱，等着挨骂吧。这边是任务啊。目前还没有作业，我不想上课，上了课就有作业了，好烦。我们指引一下任务啊，他刚才指引的是什么？是那个支线，把支线给交了。我们先去上魔咒课。
Revelio。
魔咒课往上走，往上走。
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented.
还要再往上啊！这一扇门，等等，我先上来看一看，这上面有没有什么可以互动的呀？没有，走吧。这种的是什么？好像山楂。
Revelio。
好高啊！我能跳下去不？我在想什么？这个地方又激活了一个，看这边激活了冒绿光，刚才那个位置就没有冒绿光啊。哇哇哦，又有一只小猫咪。然后往哪边走？从这儿往上。刚才我一瞬间以为这个妹子在撸串儿。雕像能互动不？不行。啊，这个位置是不是这里？好像不是，还要再往上走一层。哎，我们到了。你们在聊什么？
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
任务开始。
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
飞来咒。
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
这是我学会了，也代表别人都学会了，是吧？
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
最后时刻
Think of
卸
this
掉
like
法术，
gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning
把
them
球
toward
给
you.
吸过来。
The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit. That's it. Stay focused.
哦，我知道了，我要把这个球停在这个格子里，有30分、50分、10分，那是20分吗？停，又掉了，再来，大概到绿色这儿就可以停，又掉了，那就是黄跟绿格子中间。
Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some
我
friendly
1分没得，
competition.
怎么就加
Miss
分了？
Onai, would you care to give
球
our
缠
new
掉了。
student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red.
我是
Clear?
蓝球，他是红球。
Yes, sir.
Be sharp.
那这个欧娜呀，她是属于学霸级的人物啊。来吧，到我啦。
There we go.
他直接50分，我感觉我这是要输。
Accio.
别掉 哦，别
Don't lose your composure.
Watch this.
还有机会吗？我还有机会吗？我觉得我没有机会赢了。停。
Very good.
Here we go.
掉下来，又来了个50分。学霸就是学霸呀。停。得亏下面那个球垫了一下，要不然我这个球也掉下来了。
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
到我了！
There we go.
Nice.
Ouch! Well played. Be sharp.
等等，刚才欧奈他是30，然后他那个红球好像是被箱子推掉了，然后他就变成0分了。这会儿是又拉了个球，所以他30了。
Not exactly your typical.
能不能想个办法把他这个红球给他碰掉啊？我站这个角度。哎，给他撞，完了，给他撞到50分去了。
Here we go.
不要撞我的球！哎，不要撞我的球哈！不要撞我的球！我要把他这个红球撞下来，粘一条直线啊！就这个位置，等一个机会。哦，好，没事啊，咱们不管怎么样，终于是赢了一局。
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
哎，有个人能理解我，真是太好了。
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
他是一个转校生啊。
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
瓦加杜的魔法跟这儿一样吗？
This may seem an odd question, but Is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
这么神奇，不用魔杖
You
吗
can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
谢谢你给我讲瓦加杜的事
It's
情。
nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
我也好想看一看瓦加杜什么样子，
You can use
漂浮在
accio humans
像是漂浮在空中一样的校园，
Well, you'd be
跟
using
罗
it
南
on
教授
clothing to be
交
precise,
谈。
Sebastian.
话说这个教室里，这里面没有什么可以互动的。来问候一下这位
Professor
学
Ronan
生。
reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but
他
a
说
bit bad.，
罗南疯疯癫癫的。
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
吃个饭，懒得站起来拿刀叉，然后劲儿一使大了，刀叉飞来，
if
插
you
脑门
would.
上了。
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
我不想做作业呀，我不想，我一点都不想。这个地方2楼有一把锁，但是我估计开不开。是的，这样子啊，我们看一下下一个任务的位置。黑魔法，黑魔法防御课程。咱要往哪边走？微剑。从这儿下楼，这上头我上来过没有？
Off on another adventure, are we?
这个活儿也解锁不了。哎呦，一只猫！
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
不知道游戏里面的猫猫摸完了之后，全摸完会不会说解锁什么成就？这撸猫也没有什么特别的，就是摸一摸，蹭一蹭，然后呼噜呼噜，喵呜喵呜，仅此而已嘛。
Revelio.
就不能抱起来吸2口。这边有东西，哎，哦，这个猫撸过了，撸过了，撸过
And you're
了。
both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boot.
又是解谜，这个解谜跟楼下那个是一样的。啊，皮皮鬼你好吵！这到底是啥意思啊？是周围3个圈加起来等于中间吗？算了，不要看这个门了，我们暂时应该解不开啊，至少我是不会解。咱们先去黑魔法防御课。点上这个灯怎么在闪着紫光呀？能互动不啊？
If Weasley had seen them, they'd soon be out.
能把灯给吸下来不？不行。好了好了，走了走了，我们去上黑魔法防御课。诶，刚刚盔甲是不是动了一下啊？是的，
Revelio.
哇，他这绕的好远啊！点个活
What are you
儿。
up to now?
哇，这边好多人，你们在干嘛？我不来就不上课，对不对？从这里还能喝茶。
Revelio.
有没有什么能互动的？小解谜、小支线？算了算了，上课去啊。
Stupefy! Is that all you've got? Bombard!
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
空格向右向上，空格空格空格。这个是漂浮咒啊。
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast.
基础施法。
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
好，先让它飞起来。
A surprise. Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
来，它盔甲附身了，让它飘起来，然后基础攻击。
Nothing lucky about it.
哎，哦，它是有这个冷却时间的，技能有 CD。
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
不屑地哼了一声。
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
我不想做作业。
That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
塞巴斯蒂安交谈。
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
你说话能不能正视着我？背对我是什么意思？瞧不起人呐？